Okay. Good morning, students. So today we are going to study about the next topic of our first lesson, nutrition. So that is health aspects of alimentary canal. So how does our alimentary canal is maintained? So almost the alimentary canal is very good to you. Though you do very bad to it, it is always good to you. Suppose what you are doing bad, you go to some marriage or party. What do? You try to eat your favorite food. So if you eat limitly, it's okay. So your alimentary canal does not create any problem to you. But you try to overeat your favorite food. Suppose you like ice creams. If you eat one, two, or maximum three, it's okay for your alimentary canal. But if you try to eat 10 ice creams, or if you try to eat more of sweets, then what happens? Your alimentary canal will try to rebel it. So it will protest it, because how bad you are treating, but it is treating in a good manner. But if sometimes it will rebel you, means if you are taking the food which is more, if you are taking the food if you are taking the food which is containing more amount of fat, then your alimentary canal will protest or will rebel you. So you are going to a marriage party and you are eating excess of food, favorite ice creams. You are eating limitlessly, 10, 12, 15. You are eating so many sweets, so much of fat rich food, or you are eating lots of biryani. So up to some extent your alimentary canal will cope it, means it can withstand it. But if you are eating excessive, overeating is done, then what it will do? It will rebel it, or it will protest it. So no, I don't want, enough, it is enough for me, no, I don't want. So it will protest it. That's what rebelling is. The term rebel means it will do against. So it will means it will means వ్యతిరేకంగా దాని పనికి వ్యతిరేకంగా పనిచేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ రెబల్. సో ఇట్ రెబల్స్ ద ఫుడ్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ ఈటింగ్, ఎక్సెసివ్ ఫుడ్. సో how does it rebels? In what way it rebels? So the alimentary canal rebels in the form of vomitings. In the form of vomitings. Okay. So if you are eating the food containing excessive amount of fats, so what happens? You get vomitings. So vomitings is due to overeating. Of food containing excess amount of fat. Okay, so vomiting mostly occurs due to overeating of food containing excess amount of fat. So why body is showing vomitings? To discard unwanted and or harmful substances. Okay, so if you eat a food, now the alimentary canal is satisfied. Okay, now it's enough, I don't want any more. So what it will do? It will discard the unwanted food, or because it can't digest it. So it will discard the unwanted food. Or something, sometimes you will eat without your knowledge, you will eat something which contains some food poisons. So what is the symptom? If you have food poisons, you will get vomitings, because that substance is harmful to your body. So what your body do? It will protest it. So it will send that harmful substance outside your body. So in the manner of vomitings. So vomitings is to discard the unwanted and harmful substances from your body. So generally, why vomitings occur? Because of mainly first reason is overeating of food containing more amount of fat. Next, second problem is due to indigestion. Indigestion. Okay, due to indigestion. If food is not digested well, then you will get the vomitings. Undigested food will be remain in the stomach. So that creates a lot of uncomfortable to your body. So that food should be expelled out from the body. So that is in the form of vomiting. The body sends out the undigested food from your stomach. So that is indigestion. So first we will discuss some more points in this, then we will come to the indigestion. So overeating of food containing excess amount of fat. What happens? You will get vomitings. You will get definitely vomiting. Vomiting is how, what happens in the vomiting? The food is expelled in opposite direction. The food is sent out in opposite direction when compared to food intake. Okay, so you are taking the food through mouth, then it will go through esophagus and stomach. That is intake manner. So mouth, esophagus, and stomach. This is the pathway. Generally the food enters in this way. In vomiting, the food enters in the opposite directions. Okay, in food, and this is normal. In vomiting, the food goes in opposite direction, from stomach to esophagus. Okay, from stomach to esophagus. Esophagus to mouth. Okay, so this is, so generally the food enters in this manner. In vomiting, what happens? It comes out in opposite direction. The peristaltic movements of stomach and esophagus sends the foods outside the body in opposite direction. Okay, so the peristaltic movement of stomach and esophagus sends the undigested food or unnecessary food outside your body. Sometimes you will get greenish vomitings. Sometimes you will get greenish vomitings. And you will feel bitter in your mouth. Bitter means cheduga, vikaranga. Bitter taste in your mouth. That is due, that vomitings are called as bilious vomitings. Or liverish vomitings. Or liverish vomitings. Okay. Sometimes you vomit in green color, or sometimes you will feel some bitter taste in your mouth when you are vomiting. Means something cheduga ala anpistadi. That is, that vomitings are called as bilious or liverish vomiting. Why these vomitings occur? Because you have taken the food which contains excessive amount of fat. You have taken the food which contains excessive amount of fat, then you will get greenish vomitings. So the liver, we know that the digestion of fat, in the digestion of fat, liver plays main role. So the liver is unable to cope. Liver is unable to cope unable to cope the excessive fat in the food. Okay, unable to cope excessive fat in the food. It will not able to digest the excessive fat which is present in the food. So what it do? It will emit out in the form of greenish vomitings, that is nothing but bilious or liverish vomitings. Okay, this is about overeating of food containing excessive fat. So if you are eating food having excessive fat, your body will not able to digest that because liver is not able to do that, and it will send out the food containing excessive fat outside your body. Now what happens in indigestion? What happens in indigestion? So why do you think indigestion occurs? Indigestion occurs mainly due to not eating a balanced diet. Not eating balanced diet. Balanced diet. Okay. Next, eating very hurriedly without proper chewing. Eating food in a hurry manner. In a hurry manner. Okay, without proper chewing. Okay, next, drinking very less water. Drinking very less water. Sedentary lifestyle. Stress. So these are the main reasons of indigestion. So you are not eating a balanced diet. So we know that we should eat food containing carbohydrates, proteins and nutrients. So in our food we should have 40% of carbohydrates. So the food should contain 40% of carbohydrates, 30% and 30% of proteins and fats. Okay, so the carbohydrates, proteins and fats should be in this percentages in. Along with you should have vitamins and minerals and fiber also. So if you are taking a food containing carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamin, minerals and fiber in equal amounts, or what amounts are needed for your body, then that food is called as balanced diet. But if you are not eating a food having a balanced diet, then you will feel the indigestion problem. Then that means if you are eating a food having rich of fats, so that will cause an indigestion. Next, suppose if you take more of some bhajis like this, so it is causing the indigestion problem because it is not a balanced diet. Next, eating food in a hurry manner. So you will eat food in a very hurry manner without proper chewing. So we know that teeth helps in crunching or chewing, making the food soft and slippery, and it helps in mixing with saliva. But if you are eating the food in hurry manner, it will not mix properly with the saliva and carbohydrates are not digested. So that will cause an indigestion problem. So eating food in a hurry manner. Next, drinking very less water. This is also one of the main cause of the indigestion. Sedentary lifestyle means you will not do anything. You will just eat and sit. You will not do any physical exercises. That also causes indigestion. Next, stress. For stress, all of you know, tensions. Due to tensions also some hormones are released which causes indigestion problem. Okay. Now how can you avoid these indigestion problems? How can you avoiding indigestion problem? How you can avoid indigestion problem? This is very important. So first is eating balanced diet. Eating balanced diet. Next, drinking plenty of water. Drinking plenty of water. Next, eating the food in leisure, eating food leisurely, eating food leisurely with proper chewing. Next, doing physical exercises. Physical exercises. Okay, doing physical exercises. Next. Okay, so these avoiding. How do you avoid the indigestion problem? Is eating the balanced diet, good food, not junk food. So you should avoid junk food. You should have a balanced diet. Then drinking plenty of water. You should drink for 20 kgs you need to drink 1 liter of water. So if your body weight is 40 kgs, so you need to drink 2 liters of water. Then eating food leisurely by chewing it. You should chew properly with your teeth and then swallow it. So this will help in proper digestion. And doing physical exercise. You should do some exercise to so that your food is well digested, because doing physical exercises reduces the stress, and if stress is reduced, the hormones in your body are released in right amounts, and that will do proper action on your body. So about hormones we'll study in the next another lesson. But so doing physical exercises, how it will help the alimentary canal, because as it is reducing the stress. If stress is reduced, the hormones are released in right amounts, and it will do its function in the body. So that is to avoid indigestion. Now, so next, if you are eating another problem of indigestion is ulcers. You must have heard the word ulcers. So we will see stomach and duodenum ulcers. Okay, generally we see stomach and duodenum ulcers. So in the stomach, like this is our stomach. You will have some reddish spots, and this is due to here also you have some reddish spots like that are nothing but ulcers. So ulcers, why does these ulcers occur? Ulcers mainly occurs due to indigestion problem, the bacterial infection. So during indigestion problem, what happens? A bacterial infection occurs. So how? So indigestion causes bacteria infection. So sometimes your food is not digested, and indigested food remains in the stomach itself. So, and vomiting does not occur. So what happens? So your indigested food is in the stomach itself. Then the indigested food is infected by bacteria. So generally the food contains lots of bacteria, but our immunity system destroys it. But if the bacteria has attacked the indigested food, so we will develop the ulcers. Generally ulcers are caused due to Helicobacteria. So the indigested food is attacked by Helicobacteria, and it results in the formation of stomach and duodenal ulcers. Ulcers are nothing but reddish things which is not good for you. Okay, they are formed in the stomach and duodenum. This is because the indigested food remains in the stomach, and this indigested food is attacked by the bacteria, mainly the Helicobacteria, and it will release some harmful substances which will damage your stomach and duodenum. So that damage is nothing but ulcers. Okay. Now, another reason for ulcers is the excessive eating of spicy food. not drinking water properly, less water. Okay, so these are the main reasons. The first reason is, so you can say the first reason is bacterial infections. Eating spicy food and taking less water. These are the reasons for the formation of peptic ulcers, that is stomach and duodenal ulcers. Okay, now if you are eating a balanced diet, you are eating a balanced diet, you are eating good food, you are eating good food, not balanced diet, you are eating good food and you are drinking good amount of water, but still you are getting the indigestion problem, then what is the problem? So you are eating good food, okay, you are eating good food and you are drinking also good amount of water, taking good amount of water, but still indigestion problems occurs in you. Why? Because the food is not ejected out. The undigested food is not sent outside your body. You are taking good food, good amount of water, but sometimes so digestion occurs and the undigested food remains in the body. It is not sent outside the body. The undigested food will cause several health problems to you. So that if it is stored in the body like that, bacterial infection, several problems will occur. So undigested food should be sent outside the body or ejected outside the body. So we have studied the term defecation. So that is the word, that is sending the undigested food outside the body should be very important. If you are not sending the undigested food outside your body, it will create several problems. So for this, what you have to do, you should eat fiber rich food. You should eat fiber rich food. If you are eating fiber rich food, it will avoid constipation. Avoid constipation. Okay, eating fiber rich food avoid constipation. So though you are eating good food, you should see that your food should be having fiber. That will help us to avoid constipation. So this is, if you are eating a balanced diet, means carbohydrates, proteins and fats, vitamins and minerals and also fibers which is needed for your body, then your alimentary canal health will be very good. Okay, thank you.